This part 2, if Deku was an assassin with a quirk called total invisibility. Mr. Snipe saw him while trying to hold a gun up. His hands shaking, where he tried to lift the firearm and aim it, and just said, "Do you need help, Izuku?" He asked him, and just said, "No, I don't want help. I want to do it myself." And then Snap said, "Fine, if you want to learn it your own way. If you want to learn, but try to breathe out when you shoot." He said, "Okay." Like you tried to hit, but hands were shaking too much and missed, and hit the wall again. And Snipe said to himself, "I can't learn a 3-year-old to shoot. And why is it legal anyway?" But he needs something to release his anger, aggression. He said, he was told Deku shoot, and he hit one of the cans and I got flying away from. And she said, "I hit, and only need to shoot 6 shots." And he said, "That's good, Deku, but I think that was luck." He said, "I've proven it's not luck." He said, "And welcome to try. But you want to learn some martial arts? Isn't it just fight fancy with punches and fancy kicks?" He said, and he begins to laugh a little bit, and said, sniping to laugh, and just said, "It's not just that. It's a way of fighting." He said, "You can use any leverage you have. You don't got strength, so you need to learn how to take it's gonna be. But do you want to be a hero?" And he nodded. Just said, "Well, then you need to learn properly to take someone down. Maybe not even shooting." Said, "Okay." After training 2 weeks, while training every day, at his 14 days, he can actually hold a gun in a so nearly natural way a 3-year-old could. And said to breathe out and shoot. He hit the first can, second, and last. And he didn't miss any of the 3 shots. And he said, "Look, Snipe, I did it. I did it." He said with a smile, and said, "You're becoming better." Said, "Yeah, but..." And the Snipe said, "It's only 5 meters away. Then I'm going to shoot 6 meters. And Miss Snipe said, "First need to learn to hit them from the 5 meters away. And when you can hit them regularly, then you can increase." I said, "Okay, Miss Snipe." He said, and then he said, "I will. Then, but what is it? It wasn't just luck." And Miss Snipe said, "Maybe it wasn't just luck. Maybe it's a little bit luck. We need to repetition make a master. And some fair man who practiced 1,000 kicks one time, then one man who practiced 1,000 different kicks." He said, and okay. Said, "What if I don't good enough, I can get more powerful?" He said, And Snipe saw something from him. A little smile. And said, "Don't misuse my training." He said, "No, I will never do it. I promise," he said, and Snipe took his shoulder and shook him a little bit and said, "You promise?" I said, "Yes, I will never do it." And then said, "I'm gonna order a psychiatrist and then tomorrow." He said, "Why?" Because you're traumatic. You are, let me say, you experience hard things. Even I need it sometimes," said Snipe. And he just took a shoulder and just said, "She's not the psychiatrists are not dangerous. They are just like heroes, but only for your mental health. They heal your mental health and help you," he said. And they said, "Okay." After the next day, he saw the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist asked Izuku and just said, "How's it going? My name is Melinda." And Izuku said, "My name is Izuku Midoriya," said, and he asked Snipe, "You're 3 years old, why is the psychiatrist necessary?" He said, "His false mother got tortured to death." And the psychiatrist looked shocked and just said, "Well, that's not positive, but we can get through it with Izuku. Do you want this ball? It's something called stress ball." And she telekinetically took a little ball, stress ball up and gave it to Izuku. And said, Izuku asked, "What's your quirk?" "I can lift the small items with telekinesis," said. And the doctor asked, What is your quirk?" asked Melinda. Izuku said to, "My quirk, I can become invisible. I cannot make noise while activated. And I cannot be seen by any radar or any infrared. I become totally undetectable." What's my quirk? Undetectability. And she looked at him and said to Snipe, "I think she needs to meet somebody." He said, "Who?" "She is a girl become invisible. It's a mutation of her because her body cannot be seen." And Snipe said, "Maybe. When can we meet her?" I said, "You can meet tomorrow." And Snipe said, "Great." And it saw to Deku and said, "Do you want to meet her?" I said, "Yes. It would be fine to actually meet someone with the same quirk. Or something I like," he said, and Will smiled as he said, "We'll meet her 3. And the next day, a mother to her walked in while Snipe and Izuku waited. Izuku could only see she had clothes on. It was a skirt. It was a skirt and a t-shirt. And said, and she asked, "What's your name?" And he said, shy, "My name is Izuku Midoriya." And And she said, "My name's Toru, but..." And Izuku, "Can you... well, you're invisible." And she said, "Yes, I don't really like my quirk." And I asked, "Why not?" He said, "I was always invisible. Nobody can see me." And said, and then Toru asked, "What is your quirk?" "It's called undetectability. I can make myself invisible, not make any noise, and I cannot seen by radar or an infrared or anything." Then she asked, "So you got totally off the grid?" And he nodded, "Yes." "That's an amazing quirk. I wish I had the same one," he said, and she just looked at it and said, "Why do you like it? But what's the best thing being invisible?" asked Izuku. Okay. "Well, I can joke with my mom and my father. But is your father a hero?" And he said, "No, he's not my father. He adopted me after my mother died." "And is your father Snipe?" And Snipe said, "Adopted son, rather." And asked, "It must be terrible to see your mother." I said, "Yes. I'd rather not talk about it," said Izuku, and said, "Is it fine?" And Izuku smiled, very creepy smile, and said, "Yes, I'm totally fine. Nothing wrong." And Toru looked a bit shocked. And Snipe said to her mother, and mother went grabbed Toru and said, and Snipe said to her, her mother said, "He has multiple personality disorder. His other personality sometimes comes up." And said, "So what happened?" he asked. He saw his mother get tortured to death. And Toru's mother looked shocked and said, "That's horrible. No child should experience that." He said, 3 days later, he began in kindergarten. And Snipe dropped him off while other kids tried to get autograph and just, "Can I get autograph? Can I get autograph?" Many kids asked and gave them away. And looked, "Take care of yourself, Doria." And then a blonde-haired boy walked to him and said, "So you are Miss Snipe's son? Do you have the same quirk?" And Izuku said, "No. My quirk is not the offensive one." He said, "I think mine are better. Just watch it. Explosions." And inside explosion, and I saw explosion in his hands and said, "What's your quirk?" he asked. And he said said, "Mine is total invisibility, total undetectability. I can become invisible, nobody can hear me, and I cannot be seen by any electric system technology." He said, "That's impressive quirk, but not impressive was mine." An explosion went close to Izuku's head, and his demeanor changed and said, Explosions. That's a fun little quirk. You know, it's every more quirk much dangerous than that. If they're using the wrong way, he said with a smile. And Baku was terrified, while it turned invisible. He felt a hand come at his neck, and a foot come down behind his knees, and he got dropped down to the floor and just said, and he got invisible again, and he said, "You monster," he said to Suku, and said, "I'm not a monster." What happened? I said, "You're crazy," said, and Baku left him. Well, the teachers said, and they called Miss Snipe, and said, "Your kid got was knocked onto the ground. You know, tried timid about, and then it turned into scary. He changed." And he said to him, and he said to her, the teacher, he saw his mother get tortured to death by a villain. His story's not very good. I promise you that. He got a multiple personality disorder. One is as shy but rather not positive as he could, but the other one, he is different, said Snipe, and should I be worried? And he said, "No, maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But step in if something gets hairy," he said, and he left, and they walked out of the kindergarten. And then he walked, and then they took his car and drove into the apartment. He said, "What you did to the boy was unacceptable," said, and Suki said, "Sorry, I didn't know what happened. I'm sorry." And then the Snipe asked, "Do you promise to never use your training to kill and hurt any innocent?" And said, "Yes, but..." And then Snipe asked, "What? Do you want to become a hero? Or what do you want?" And said, Inizuki said, "I want to become a hero. To stop people, the villains, to ever feel the same what I did." And I looked proud at him and just said, "But if you do it, and you don't have control, then you just become a criminal. If you begin to hurt people, actually. If you begin to hurt innocents, you are in big trouble, and you will not be a hero anymore, and your hero's training will stop. Is it fine? Is it fine? Do you understand it?" he asked, and Deku said, "Yes. Try to keep better control of me." And his manager said, "If I can train you as often as you want to, but when I'm not at work, and if not, you can train yourself. If you train for the stage, you'll be a great hero. Just like your mother. Your mother will be proud of you, he said, and hugged her. And hugged him. And they hugged him and said... And Deku began to cry and said, "You're the best father I ever had." And Snipe looked a little shocked, looked at him and just, began to cry. He said, "Thank you for being a good father." And Snipe said, "I try to be a good father as possible. That's it. But maybe could be better." And Dick said, "You couldn't be a better dad. You're all I ask for." And Snipe smiled. "I think you'd truly be a great hero." And he said to himself, "I can't imagine to be a dad," he said to himself. And then Deku changed the demeanor while I hugged him and said, with a sick smile, and he began to whisper something to himself. He said, "I will ruin this man's organization who killed my mother. I would have, but I need to act. I need to act. Do not cause any more commotion," he said. He whispered to himself. And it turned back to, he said, and began to cry again. I began to cry again. This is the end of part 2. Thank you for subscribing to me. I hope you enjoy it. And see you later.